I'm Mike Tolliver for ICOC Hot News, and today we're taking you around the world with great news from a variety of nations. We begin with Francis Dassé in the Ivory Coast, West Africa.
Bonjour, je suis Francis Dassé d'Abidjan. Je vous envoie la reconnaissance et l'amour de toute l'Église d'Abidjan et des frères et sœurs de l'Afrique francophone. 2012 a été une année exceptionnelle pour nous. L'Église à Abidjan a grandi de plus de 136 personnes et toute l'Afrique entière a grandi de plus de 10%.
The youth ministry in the southern part of South America has grown from 28 to 111 in recent years. And the campus ministry in the southern cone of South America has grown from 39 to 88 in recent years. So those efforts to invest in those ministries are paying off.
Recently, 2 elders were appointed in our Singapore congregation. We go to John Louis for more good news from the region.
The church in Singapore is really excited to start an orphanage and a poor community center in an Indonesian island that is just off Singapore. And the members of the church in Singapore have raised almost 500,000 US dollars just for this project.
On Easter Sunday, we sent out the mission team to Indore, and these 9 brothers and sisters, the very first Sunday they were there were 27 friends at church. Also, for the Indian churches, it was the best ever year in terms of baptism and restoration in the last decade. We had 812 souls added. Amen.
One of the highlights of our region, the church planting in Hanoi City, Vietnam. Despite the persecution that they would go through, where they are unable to come together as a group and have services together, despite the persecution that they were going through, they had 12 people baptized last year. Also, last year in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, the church there celebrated its 20th anniversary, and with 300 disciples, they had 1,700 people worship in the Sunday service during that 20th anniversary. To God be the glory.
Next up is Doug Arthur. For the last 2 years, Doug has courageously faced a personal battle with cancer. Meanwhile, the churches in New England have gone from strength to strength.
God has been working in a great way in the last year. It's been a challenging year for myself personally. I was diagnosed with cancer about this time last year and had some radical surgery. But God has blessed that, and the cancer is now under control, and I'm recovering, and we're very excited about that. But in spite of that, in spite of our personal hardships, God's been blessing the church. In Boston, we saw nearly 200 people added to the Lord's kingdom just last year alone. I'm excited about the work we're doing for the poor. God blessed us with nearly $380,000 raised to help the poor around the globe. Really, it's been an amazing testimony that even though we may go through trials in our own personal lives, God's kingdom still marches on, and we're filled with joy because of that. Thanks so much for your prayers and your encouragement. God bless.
First of all, the campus ministry in New York. It has gone from being almost dead and dormant to a thriving ministry of 200 college students who are faithfully serving the Lord. Also, the church has shown a great spirit of sacrifice. This past year, for the first time in over 10 years, we saw a missions contribution exceed $1 million. To God be the glory.
Thanks for watching our good news from around the world. Coming up soon, ICOC Hot News will be on location in Central America, as well as at the Hope Global Summit in Virginia. Until then, we'll see you back at the website. God bless.